Hey, welcome back to another episode of Yoshi's Island. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna get started with 5-6. This is where we're gonna have to deal with the seagulls a lot. Goonie rides, which the seagulls I guess are called Goonies. Take with that what you will. But yeah, like we're gonna start climbing higher and higher up the mountain. And watch out for that fat Goonie. I guess that's guess that one's Chunk. Gotta love like the little like fine line art for their like little legs. Especially you can see it on the big Goonie right here. But I don't. Can you? No, you can't. I was gonna say, can you push it like it's the Chain Chomp Romp? I guess not. I reckon not. But you can ride these guys up, like the balloons, a little bit. Instead of them going straight up, you know, they go off to the side. Whoa! That was a close one. Oh, and then they almost dropped me to my death. It's a good thing that I moved a little to the right, you know what I mean? Yeah, right. I think you can grab that egg, yeah. But it made a little eye, it was like a little eyeball. I think there's another one over here, right? Yeah. You gotta love the little background design. Because not only is it like a face with a head, but like there's an arm going up this way, you know? Now we gotta be careful. We gotta fly through a bunch of Goonies. Gotta avoid all the Gooners. Alright. I do like the animated, you know, the ones in the... There's no way I could recover. I do like the animated ones flying in the background, though. I like how some of them look like they're really big and fat, but like all of the ones over here are skinny. Which kind of imply that the ones in the background are incredibly massive. If you can, like, they look that big, that far away, wouldn't that mean that they're like massive? They might even take, oh my god. If you get hit, it's basically KO. But it's like, I think they would probably take up the whole screen if they were on this side. If I'm not being like, I'm not tricking myself with perspective, but the ones in the background, if, like I said, if they're that big, that would imply that they're really huge. Damn it. Am I gonna have to like take this painstakingly slow? Yoshi, you need to upgrade to some like heat-seeking missiles or something. At least we get to hear the cool song again. Alright. Dodge the Gooners. Alright, alright. So far, so good. Oh, I'm gonna grab that balloon. Said I'm gonna grab the balloon. Watch out for those bastards. Okay, cool. Cool. We're done with that. Hopefully we get a midpoint so we don't have to worry about it if we get knocked off cliff. Like these little like dragonflies. Pop. Whoa. Okay. Doing good. Doing good in the neighborhood. Kapow. And I'm dead. That point you just have to run. Like, you have to rush. Ooh. Alright. Take two. Try this again. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Alright. Get these 2 things and run like hell. We gotta get up there to hit another switch in time. Pow. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry necessarily about hitting that switch before it ends. It's just kind of like, you want to make sure you get up there, you know, onto that platform so that you can still hit the switch and not fall to your doom. Alright, moving on. $75. That's 3/4 of a score. If this is the one I think it is, I think this one's rather annoying. Welcome to Cloud World. Yeah, this one's rather annoying. Well, we're not getting that one. Because I ain't sticking around to try. Watch out for the shy guy. He's coming off of the screen. Whoa, that baseball guy almost got me. Did you see that? That baseball guy just got me. Did you see that? Oh, look, here's the penguin, boys. Best type of eggs in the game. I'm trying to remember, are they in Yoshi's story? Because technically Yoshi's story, I always considered that a sequel to this game. And I always kind of felt like it was weird that, like, after Yoshi's Island DS came out, it was basically like, well, no, that one's Yoshi's Island too, because, you know, Yoshi's story is Yoshi's story. And it's like, but like, I mean, you play as Yoshi, yeah, Baby Mario's not in it, but I mean, you play as Yoshi, the villain is Baby Bowser, and it kind of continues the story. Whoa. Kind of continues the story. So I always thought it was like a sequel in the sense that, like, you know, they just changed it from Yoshi's Island to Yoshi's Story. And of course it's kind of done in the same way. I mean, this one's done in like what looks like a crayon or colored pencil, and then Yoshi's Story is done in what looks like a pop-up book, which is, you know, I always thought it made sense. Kind of like how technically I would consider Wario World kind of technically like a Wario Land 5, even well, technically 6, because there is a Wario Land on the Virtual Boy. I've never played it. I've actually heard it's really good. You know, it's a good Wario Land game, and I'm a huge fan of the Wario Land series. Wario Land Shake It was pretty good. I used to have a copy of it. I don't anymore. I might see if I can get a copy of it again and maybe see about playing it for the channel at some point. Because at this point, I don't have Wario World. As I've stated in a previous, you know, Let's Play, I don't have Wario World anymore. And I don't feel like spending like $300 or $400 for a copy if it doesn't work, you know? But, where do I... Where... Do I have to jump on that guy's head to get up? Was I supposed to do that, or did I not do something right? And I'm just, like, bugging out. But like I was saying, I don't want to spend, you know, an insane amount of money for Wario World if it doesn't work. I think that's pretty understandable. But it is a funny game. It's basically like 3D Wario Land, you know? Except you don't have all of the abilities of Wario Land. It's kind of like, I kind of look at it as like, they probably called it Wario World, kind of in the same way that, you know, you had the Mario Land games, and you had Mario World, and it's kind of like, but not really like, it's kind of like that in that sense. Does that make any sense? Like, you know, I feel like they named it Wario World because of Mario World. Like, you know how like Wario Land 3 is Super Mario Land 3? I'm gonna move the mic a little bit. Wario Land 3 is not Wario Land 3. Mario Land 3 is Wario Land. It's literally called Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land. You know, and that's around the time like Wario or Super Mario World was coming out. Let's do that. So, you know, it's like times 2. Ah, damn it. So yeah, like, you know, I kind of feel like that was just like the logic of why it's called Wario World, is like, it's like, oh, it's like Mario World, but you know, Wario. This one is called Shifting Platforms Ahead. Oh yeah, and this is the first time they make you go left. I say that, like, you know, first time they make you go left at the start. You know, actually, no, it's not. What am I thinking about? Like, I'm pretty sure level 1.5 did that. I've been, I didn't mention it in the last video, but I had to get up really super early yesterday morning, and I haven't, you know, it's like almost 1 a.m. and I got up at like 6 a.m. yesterday, and I haven't slept since. So, you know, there's that. I mean, I think I'm fine. I feel like I'm awake, so maybe I'm not doing as well as I think I'm doing. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, so but I'll be going to bed probably when I'm done with this session, so it'll be fine. So yeah, but yeah, I've been up, like I said, I've almost been up like 18 hours, I think, which is not really that big of a deal, admittedly. I think it's 18 hours if my calculation's right. Maybe it's like 19. But like I said, not really that big of a deal. Oh, that Raphael Raven, you know, he had something to prove, I guess. You gotta love the ukulele music in the background. Always like that. It's hard. I want to get a ukulele, but like, same thing with like a banjo. Like, I want to get a banjo to play or learn to play. But because I learned to play guitar left-handed because of my fretting hand, like my left hand wouldn't have done well for a fretting hand to play normally, so I had to learn to play left-handed, and I haven't really even played guitar in like almost 2 years. Mainly because I don't currently have one, because I had to let them go, you know, pay the bills. But at some point I plan on getting one back. But like, to try to find a left-handed ukulele or a left-handed banjo is like, it's kind of a difficult task, if you know what I mean. Plus, I live in a apartment, and the left-handed ukulele probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But like, I don't know how the left-handed, or I don't know. Oh my god, I don't know how the banjo will go because I don't really know how loud it would be. Oh my god. There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go but down. Yeah. It's like I also like... I really wanted to get... Like I had a really good acoustic guitar at one point, but like I really wanted to get a good resonator guitar, but like it is like almost impossible to find a resonator that is left-handed without like getting one custom made or getting a right-handed one and modifying it to be a left-handed one. If you don't know what a resonator is an acoustic guitar that was designed back just before electric guitars were made, that were like 2 or 3 times louder than a regular acoustic guitar, but because like they were made of like different types of metal, they have like a metallic-y kind of sound to them that sound really nice. And of course, depending on if it's a single cone or a tri-cone, depends on how loud it is. But this one's like, I think this is Raphael Raven's Fort. Is that what this is called? Raphael, the Raven's Castle. But yeah, so I wanted to get a round neck resonator and not a square one because I don't want to play with just the slide. Like you would a what is it? What are they called? A dulcimer, like the lap steel. But you know, I do want to get another guitar at some point. There's like Schecter has these really nice looking bass guitars, and I don't remember what they're called. Like there's a bass guitar, and then there's like a regular guitar that has the same style, and they're kind of done more like you know, they're not really done in like the typical metal guitar style. They're kind of done more like an older look to it. By the way, as you may have noticed, there were golden bullet bills. Oh man. And they chase you down. But we got to get this bullet bill to fire over here. Oh, he almost hit me again with that. Did you see that? But yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but like they have like a bass guitar. It's like black and white. It looks really nice. And then they have 12-string bass, I think it is, which I'm not really that interested in that. Whoa. Not really that interested in that one. But they also have, you know, an electric guitar, a 6-string electric, that I really like the look of it. It's got kind of like an old school vibrato system on it, but it's like gold, and I'm like not interested in the gold paint. Everything else looks so nice on it, but I'm just like, I just don't care for that gold. And you know, honestly, it doesn't really matter, because what matters is like playability and how does it sound and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of just like, but I'm not thrilled to look at it either. I mean, to me, I'm always more concerned about playability and the sound, but like at the same time, like really, you know, there's also a level of like, oh, come on, dude, you can do better than that. There's also a level of it being like, you know, if you're not really excited when you look at it either, like what makes you want to pick it up? You know, because it can sound like super amazing, but if like you're not inspired to pick it up, it doesn't matter how it sounds, you know. But of course, I always like the S-type guitars and the T-type guitars bodies. They just felt more comfortable. Not really much of an LP style, although I do like the SGs. But like Gibson's kind of like getting a little crazy with their prices these days. But you know, Epiphone's been doing really well, but I don't know if I want to buy an Epiphone. I've had Epiphones, they're pretty good. Like, I just don't know if I want to buy one. If I was gonna buy one guitar or maybe two guitars, you know, might as well go all the way instead of just getting that. I'm not a gigging musician or anything like that, so you know, if this is for fun for myself. You can will never enter the Koopa Kingdom. I banish you to forever twinkle in the heavens. Be gone. If you look at the background, it looks like something trying to eat the moon. Like a monster or something that is like about to eat the moon, you know? And so he gets sent to this little planet here in the stars. And we've got to do some stuff to Raphael Raven. You'll see in a second. But he'll start walking around, and you got this weird rotation perspective. We gotta like do that. I think he gets a little bit bigger every time, and he gets angry. There we go. I think it's like your typical boss in this game. It's like 3. Yeah, 3. Not too bad. That was actually... The latter half of World 5 is so much easier than the first half for me for some reason. I think it's because there's not as many ice physics. But that's it. Raphael Raven is now, you know, a star in the sky. He proved he was a real hero, and the gods made a constellation in his honor. And now everybody looks up at Raphael Raven and they go, "That's Phil's boy. That's Phil's boy." Alright, 43. That's not bad. I mean, not terrible. But now that's the end of the 5 kingdoms. But what was he saying? Something about like couldn't go to the world of the Koopas or Koopa World or something like that? I don't know what he was talking about. But kablam! What's going on here? Oh, what's this? It's the anti-verse. And this is where World 6 takes place. And that's where I'm going to call this episode. Appreciate you watching. I hope you maybe enjoyed the little guitar rant that I had there at the end. If not, you know, sorry about that if I bored you any. But I appreciate you watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.